Welcome to another Misadventure. Today we're looking at number 194, which originally came out on August 12th. Enter Asterkarn. And here we finally see some proper areas from the upcoming expansion, right? Finally, we can see some beautiful landscaping. Blink twice if you need a Misadventure refill. We glanced at some epic items and went into how awakening epics will work in terms of Asterkarn last time. In short, it's not complicated, but you will need to know the right people. Maybe, hopefully, you're not gonna lock yourself out of this feature by like not befriending the right people, right? That would be a little weird for an RPG. But yeah, maybe there's like different story arcs to get to where you want to be when it comes to awakening items. If you missed out the June update on the state of the upcoming expansion, make sure to give it a read. Yeah, we did read it already. Today we're going to pass through the northwestern gates of Fort Icon in search of a missing scouting party and cross into Asterkarn proper. A shared bloody history firmly places suspicion upon the savage Kern. Who else but them would dispatch Black Legion troops on sight? Black Legion troops getting slaughtered or kidnapped, who knows? So yeah, here we see Fort Icon, right? This down here is what we already know, and basically out of these gates is what's gonna be new content. This area here looks a little bit different in color when it comes to the grass, but otherwise not overly drastically different yet, right? But we're getting to other places as well. Our search takes us into the Frostveil Highlands, where the heavy snows and treacherous cliffs earn the region its name. If fortune strikes you and the wildlife does not end you, you will have your first encounter with the Kern. Would it come to blows as past tension flare up, or is there more to this tale? For many wayward adventurers heading west, Frostveil will mark the end of their journey, yet old maps make it clear that the Kern lands span far beyond into a verdant valley. And oh boy, I can tell you, they do span very far beyond these Frostveil Highlands. The area is gonna be huge. While the world suffered greatly following the war between the two factions, surely the valley still exists. Maybe. Perhaps there are ways below that have become sealed. Even hidden. What sort of secrets are the Kern hiding? Alright, we get a glimpse at the Frostveil Highlands, which are cool snowy landscapes with like new snow textures and yeah, maybe even like some snowstorm effects, who knows. And some beautifully crafted trees and areas and rivers and tree stumps to walk over and blood and enemies that want to kill you. Not too many of which are spoiled here, I'll have to say, but you can see, I guess, some kind of like rhino here. Yeah, these areas look beautiful. 99% of the time, I think, at the very least. Very well done. Oh yeah, here we have a character walking over this bridge. You can see the footsteps. Well, unfortunately in this engine, not kind of like Diablo 4 where you can make them yourself. They are like pre-placed footsteps, but still look gorgeous in my opinion. Also in the bottom left, you will see a quest NPC here, right, with the exclamation mark. So yeah, there's gonna be at the very least one quest in this area, if not more. I mean, who would have guessed, right? Who would have guessed? Yeah, this looks pretty nice. Especially considering this engine is like 20 plus years old almost. So yeah, for that I think it looks gorgeous, and they did a really good job making a snow world, like a winter world, happen. Before we could set out to create a snow-themed expansion, we had to take another look at our snow. Yeah, definitely. Back in the base game, we did make a few snow environments and the snow textures for those were serviceable, but it was not going to suffice for an entire expansion filled with snowy banks, frozen lakes, ice over cliffs, and distant peaks. I agree. The team once again did wonders with this engine, delivering some stunning visuals. I will also have to agree, I guess. The new shaders are particularly on display when traversing the ice caverns. Yeah, these ice caverns do look pretty cool, and also very distinct to what we in the Grim Leagues tried to display, right? I mean, I think there was also a kind of unique display of crystal caves, but definitely very different to this, and this one, I will have to concede, looks a little bit more professional. Either way, looking forward to playing through this, and looks pretty cool, pretty awesome. Oh yeah, another picture here. Yeah, the caves are I think I like the caves personally more than the snow outside even, but I think both look pretty nice. Then I have some mud cave here. Looks pretty nice. Honestly, I like the mud here a lot. As weird as that sounds, like liking mud, right? But I do like the mud a lot here. Looks pretty nice. Then another cave shot here. Yeah, this one is pretty cool too. I mean, this is from a camera angle that you're probably not gonna have by default. You will have to use some like camera mod to have this camera angle. But still, impressive shot. And same-ish for this one. It also looks like a little bit tilted down compared to your default camera settings that you have in Grim Dawn. But I mean, there are camera mods out there, right? There is DPS, for example, which has the Grim Cam mod. Or like, which you can use together with the Grim Cam mod, and you can, if you really want to, pretty much play a first-person Grim Dawn as well, or like third-person Grim Dawn, right? With the camera like above your head and with a controller. That's quite a unique experience as well. It does display on one hand maybe the couple, like the slightly dated graphics, but on the other hand it does also, well, give you a better glimpse at like all the details that this world really has. So, say you discovered a way out of the Frostveil Highlands and made your way into the Frostveil Valley below. Okay, I mean, I guess they are spoiling that the valley already exists here, right? You will be greeted by towering trees and pristine waters. This flourishing landscape is a reminder of everything the Kurn battled for all those centuries ago and why they still so viciously defend it. Within this valley lies the Kurnhold, the last bastion of the Kurn and ancient meeting place of the old tribes. But all is not well among the Kurn, and the troubles they face may soon spill over beyond Asterkarn. Your actions at Asterkarn will leave a lasting mark on Cairn, just as the conjuring of the Logorian did some time ago. So long ago, rather. Alright, so we have the Kurnhold here, and I gotta say this is by far the most extensive and detailed and good-looking, like, city hub I have seen in this game so far. I mean, I've been here already in-game. I wish I could explore it in real life too. But like, it looks pretty cool. Honestly, the screenshots sometimes like don't do it full justice. I feel like the screenshots in the caves are pretty crisp, but like this screenshot looks like a little pixelated. I don't know. I do think this area looks really nice. These are like the outskirts, I guess. I'm not quite sure what or where this even is, but it's around the Kurnhold as well. They do have some new like tents here. I don't know if these are like global tents or spoilers. I mean, right, these are global totems at least already, right? So there might be some globals around here. Who knows? Maybe other entities. And yeah, this is, I think, one of the entrances to the Kurnhold. Pretty nice. Yeah, so the expansion, as you might have guessed, is not only snow and ice. It is also some warmer climate. And here we have another glimpse at some stairs here around the Kurnhold. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Yeah, some more like, well, more lush, but still somewhat boreal entities. I mean, landscape rather. And yeah, this is like inside the town. Also like the multiple like layers you have here. Don't worry, there aren't too many stairs going up and down, and you won't have too many stairs issues in this area. Most of this like double or triple floor setup is more, well, cosmetic than what you can actually walk through, which on one hand is maybe like a little bit of a bummer. On the other hand, it does make sure that you're not running into too many like annoying stair issues again, right? That's like the one pathfinding issue this game really doesn't like all too much, so yeah. Most of the important things are like on one level, and you won't run into any stair issues all too much. Also, yeah, the place has a really big market, and it might or might not have representatives from almost all factions, which might or might not have been inspired by a certain Grim League mod area as well, which had somewhat of a vendor hub as well. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty convenient for going around shopping all those augments, for example. Yeah, another cool shot here, with like some watchtower in the background, and yeah, Some waterfall here. Yeah, looks really nice. Alright, that's already it, I guess. Yeah, pretty cool visuals that we're seeing here. Let me know which one, or like which area is your favorite so far. I can tell you there's more environments than what you're seeing here. There's like these aren't. Are these half of them? Nah, this is not even close to half of them, I think. There's many more environments coming with this expansion. Anyway, I'll see you around on the next one.